Crawford is very slick. He also has a wrestling pedigree. So we're talking back and forth. It's like a two-fight deal. I'm Crawford. They're talking to me here about you and me. A two-fight deal, MMA first, boxing second. I said, I know you have an extensive background and balls the size of a Bengali tiger. They're asking for a fight. It's going to be hundreds of millions on the line. What's up? And he goes, I don't want to take a kick, or I don't fancy taking a kick off Conor McGregor, he said. I don't know what's happening. There's loads of things on the table. Very exciting announcements are coming from McGregor Sports and Entertainment and Riyadh season.
Terence Crawford has reportedly accepted Conor McGregor's fight offer. Crawford has the option to compete in a massive crossover fight against McGregor. Undefeated at 40, four-division boxing champion Terence Crawford currently reigns as the WBA and interim WBO super welterweight title holder. Surprisingly, former UFC lightweight champion Conor McGregor almost became one of his opponents. As Crawford revealed, there were past discussions about a potential bout with the Irish MMA icon. There were recent whispers of a two-fight arrangement with McGregor, one in the boxing ring and another in the octagon. While Crawford confirmed he'd had direct talks with McGregor to make it happen, he ultimately chose to pass on the opportunity. Although Crawford didn't specify the timing of these discussions, he shared his reasons for steering clear of MMA competition. I told Conor to his face. I said, hell no. They called me. They offered me the fight. Me and Conor got on the phone. We started politicking, trying to figure something out. Crawford told Bernie the Boxer on a YouTube live stream. He further added, I just told him, man, I'm not getting in the octagon with you so you can be kicking me and elbowing me. Conor started laughing, and he was like, man, I respect that because you respect my sport just like I respect your sport. You understand that if you get in the octagon with me, you're going to be at a disadvantage, just like if I get in the boxing ring with you, I'm going to be at a disadvantage. Even though the notorious McGregor understood the physical reasons for turning down the fight.
Hey.
You gonna fight Conor McGregor, dude?
I told Conor.
In the ring, in the octagon, but?
I told Conor to himself.
You'll beat his ass?
I said, hell no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, me and Conor, they called me. You know what I mean? They called me and they offered me to fight. And I talked. Me and Conor got on the phone and we started politicking, trying to figure something out. And I just told him, man, I'm not getting in no fucking octagon with you so you can be kicking me and elbowing me and
Crawford said the Irishman tried to appeal to his bank account. He was like, but we'll make a ton of money, Crawford said, laughing, recalling what McGregor added. I said, yeah, sometimes it ain't about the money. I can make money, but you ain't about to be kicking me, dude. Them kicks and elbows, that ain't no joke. Crawford is thriving financially in the boxing scene. A crossover bout with McGregor could have been a massive moneymaker had all sides agreed. McGregor's 2017 boxing match with Floyd Mayweather showed how profitable such events can be. But Crawford prefers to solidify his boxing legacy rather than engage in a single MMA showdown. Crawford is fresh off a triumphant win over Israel Madimov in August, with his sights set on a showdown with Canelo Alvarez. However, talks have yet to gain momentum. As things stand, Crawford's next likely opponent could be Sebastian Fundora, a matchup that would put him in line to claim 3 of the 4 titles in the 154-pound division. Conor McGregor last stepped into the octagon in July 2021 at UFC 264, where a first-round TKO loss to Dustin Poirier ended in a devastating leg break. Though he later coached against Michael Chandler on The Ultimate Fighter and expressed his desire for a comeback, there's still no clear sign of when or if he'll return to competition. Dual Bits made waves in the media after sealing a partnership with Conor McGregor following his live streaming debut on May 20th. The UFC's first simultaneous 2-division champion brought his star power to the crypto-centric platform. In another broadcast, while captivating audiences with his charisma, McGregor also let slip some intriguing details. Viewers soon discovered that the MMA icon had been negotiating with boxing sensation Terence Crawford, hinting at a significant collaboration in the works. Conor McGregor, famously known as the Notorious, is no stranger to boxing. His blockbuster bout with Floyd Mayweather Jr. remains one of the highest-grossing matches in the sport's history. Speculation about his return to the ring has lingered ever since, though nothing concrete has materialized until now. A recent development has sparked fresh intrigue as McGregor was spotted with boxing's first 2-division undisputed champion at Wembley Stadium during the Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois fight. Their photos quickly went viral, fueling curiosity and buzz across the boxing community. "I was at the Wembley fights with Crawford," McGregor said while discussing the highly anticipated clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. The Irishman couldn't stop praising Crawford's boxing skills but seemed less impressed with Alvarez. He also highlighted Bud's talents beyond the ring, specifically his wrestling abilities. "You know, they're always talking to me about bouts. I've already boxed a boxer. MMA is me," he claims. "I talked to Crawford back and forth. It's like a two-fight deal," McGregor added. Recalling the whole conversation with Terence Crawford, McGregor said, "Crawford, they're here talking about you and me fighting. A two-fight deal. MMA first, boxing second. I know you have an extensive wrestling background and balls the size of a Bengal tiger. They're asking for a fight. It's going to be hundreds of millions on the line. What's up?" The former UFC featherweight and lightweight champion noted that Terence Crawford didn't seem especially enthusiastic about the idea. He goes, "I don't fancy taking a kick off Conor McGregor." That's what he said. "You have to respect that," McGregor said. Still, a matchup between McGregor and Crawford would have been nothing short of spectacular. Time and again, highlights of Bud showcasing his impressive grappling skills have captured widespread attention. But will that be enough to endure the relentless assault inside the octagon? Similarly, while McGregor has his fair share of experience with gloves, can he truly withstand the onslaught from a pound-for-pound elite boxer? More than 3 years removed from his last bout, Conor McGregor remains focused on his much-anticipated UFC comeback, while his passion for boxing hasn't waned despite being tied to a UFC contract. The Notorious keeps stirring up excitement, hinting at potential blockbuster clashes across the world of combat sports. During a recent live stream with his sports betting partner DualBits, Conor McGregor responded to a fan's question about boxing, revealing that promoters are constantly reaching out to him about potential matchups. McGregor, proclaiming himself as the sport's biggest attraction, shared that he had been in discussions for a two-fight crossover event with Terence Crawford. The proposal aimed for one bout in boxing and another in MMA. But according to McGregor, Crawford turned down the offer. Boxing fans are also desperate to see Crawford matched against Canelo Alvarez. However, one man who fought both of them has accused the Mexican of being too scared to take on Crawford. In August, Crawford moved up to the 154 lb division to face Israel Madrimov, ultimately claiming the WBA Super Welterweight Championship. It was anticipated that the 34-year-old Alvarez would face the four-weight world champion in a highly anticipated bout. Canelo concentrated on Edgar Berlanga, but Saudi boxing chief Turki Al-Sheikh declared he would not go through with the bout. In September, the 168 lb champion faced Berlanga to defend his WBA, WBC, and WBO crowns. Moreover, Amir Khan, a former world champion in the unified light welterweight class, claims that Alvarez avoided the 37-year-old Crawford. "It's going to be a great test for Crawford," he told Boxing News. He added, "Both fighters have been looking amazing, so I think it's an amazing fight. Respect to Crawford for jumping up and taking that fight because he doesn't need to. He can still make big money fighting elsewhere. It seems to me that Canelo is scared and doesn't want to fight him. All these excuses he's coming out with. But what a fight it would be." In order to fight Canelo in 2016, Khan went up 2 weight classes to 155 lbs. In the 6th round, a vicious right hand rendered him unconscious, leaving Alvarez terrified for his opponent. "With Amir Khan, he scared me a little. I felt a bit worried," Canelo told DAZN 6 years later. He added, "I actually went over to see if he was okay. It was the natural reaction. The knockout was too strong, and on top of that, when he fell to the canvas, he twisted his neck badly, so I thought something more than a knockout had happened." Crawford stopped Khan with a disputed low blow 3 years later. Often referred to as Bud, suggests that a bout against Alvarez would serve as a fitting climax to his career. He said, "Bud has got it in him to defeat Canelo. I can see him doing it. Is it a challenge for him? Of course. Is it a challenge for the whole team? Of course. But that's what we're in the business for. Being great. I know that Bud has the tools to beat him. If Bud beats Canelo, we may damn near retire. If you beat the pound-for-pound king, but my mind is on Madrimov." On the other hand, it appears that Mike Tyson isn't a fan of Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford. His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, the chief of Saudi boxing, is presently planning a spectacular match between the two legendary champions. The chairman of Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority has long been eager for a high-stakes boxing showdown at the pinnacle of his wish list. He even attempted to extend an offer to both fighters prior to Canelo's most recent match against Edgar Berlanga. A miscommunication between His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh and Canelo resulted in the withdrawal of the proposal, but it seems to have resurfaced for consideration once more. "Canelo, come on, we are ready," said His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh in a video message to Canelo following his unanimous decision win over Berlanga earlier this month. Crawford concurred. "You heard it from him. Just put me in the game." Canelo Crawford, the biggest fight in boxing. But we stay ready though. We stay ready. That way we ain't gotta get ready. Although Crawford is eager to finalize the fight, former heavyweight world champion Tyson believes it spells trouble for Bud. "I don't like that fight," Tyson told Come and Talk to Me podcast. He added, "Too much weight for Crawford. He had a close fight with the last guy he fought, Israel Madrimov, because he was big and really awkward."
What do you think of Conor calling you Conor McGregor?
Hey guys.
He's crazy.
Would you take Crawford at 58? No more questions?
Canelo, would you fight Conor if you wanted to?
Conor?
Yeah.
Maybe when I retire.
He shouldn't have even fought that guy. Crawford is presently competing in the super welterweight division, which is 2 weight classes below Canelo, the current champion of the WBA, WBC, and WBO super middleweight titles. The Omaha native debuted in August at 154 lbs, winning by unanimous decision over Israel Madrimov. He was given the WBO interim super welterweight title and the WBA super welterweight belt as a result. His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh maintains that Crawford is solely interested in boxing Canelo, but he has other possibilities. On August 28th, the WBO mandated that Crawford go head-to-head with Sebastian Fundora, the reigning WBO and WBC world champion, in a highly anticipated unification bout. Please be advised that the parties herein have 30 days upon issuance to reach an agreement, WBO Championship Committee Chairman Luis Batista Salas said in an official letter. He added, "If an accord is not reached within the time frame stated herein, a purse bid will be ordered. If an agreement isn't reached, it's been reported that the starting bid for the fight will be set at $200,000. Terence Crawford recently shared his experience of publicly confronting Teofimo Lopez during the boxing match between Canelo Alvarez and Edgar Berlanga Jr. He criticized Lopez for his disrespectful demeanor and expressed his desire for a fight against him. To provide some background, Crawford and Lopez have been engaged in a heated exchange for quite a while, showing little regard for one another. Following Crawford's unanimous decision victory against Israel Madrimov earlier this year, Lopez advised Bud to steer clear of a super fight with Alvarez, arguing that the undisputed welterweight champion was past his prime and no longer suited for high-stakes matchups. During the same interview, Terence Crawford revealed why he declined a proposal to face Conor McGregor in a dual boxing and MMA matchup. The champion boxer expressed his reluctance to endure strikes from kicks and elbows within the realm of mixed martial arts. In a recent conversation with Bernie the Boxer, Bud shared insights about his discussions with McGregor regarding a potential fight deal. He elaborated on the reasons behind his decision to turn down the offer. However, it appears that Conor McGregor has his sights set on Canelo Alvarez, one of the biggest names in boxing. Amid growing demands for Alvarez to take on the tough challenger David Benavidez, the 34-year-old champion has chosen to pursue safer fights, all while cashing in on significant earnings. On social media, former UFC 2-division champion Conor McGregor hinted that Turki Al-Sheikh might have completely moved on from Canelo. The Irish celebrity criticized Canelo's marketability on X, pointing out that he lacks the UFC's attraction value. McGregor posted, "Canelo is a cornflake. He has about 300K pay-per-view buys in him. He does not generate anything near what he seeks to be paid. UFC noise is going to run them from the strip. Sheikh Turki was right moving on. Canelo doesn't sell." In reaction to McGregor's statements, Alvarez spoke out during a pre-fight press conference, implying that McGregor's comments were intended to back UFC president Dana White. Conor is helping Dana White with selling the UFC, which is why he is saying that. "He knows that he's my son," Alvarez stated in Spanish to the media. Reports indicate that Alvarez racked up 500,000 pay-per-view buys in his recent bout with Jaime Munguia, raising concerns that the Mexican superstar is struggling to generate enough revenue to justify his hefty purse requirements. The boxing world is rife with speculation regarding potential blockbuster matches with David Benavidez or Terence Crawford. Yet both bouts seem unlikely at this point, as Alvarez has shown no inclination to step into the ring with either fighter. Turki Al-Sheikh, the Saudi Arabian advisor renowned for his role in rejuvenating boxing, seems to have pivoted away from facilitating a potential match between Canelo Alvarez.
What I really want is Conor.
The
I'll put
ideal
the nail
order?
in his casket.
Ideally, if you could have it your way, is it Nate, Tommy, Conor? Is KSI anywhere in that equation
Well, if
anymore?
KSI fights Tommy, he's gonna get knocked out.
Yeah.
I guess it's all kind of in the air. Time will tell.
And Terence Crawford for now. It looks like he won't be collaborating with the Mexican boxing icon anytime soon. Al-Sheikh has made significant strides to elevate boxing by providing lucrative purses to draw elite talent. However, he has encountered hurdles, especially in orchestrating high-stakes bouts featuring Alvarez and Tank Davis. The future of these much-anticipated matchups hangs in the balance. The world of combat sports is paying careful attention as the rivalry between boxing and the UFC escalates, with McGregor and Alvarez at the center of the most recent altercation. More than 7 years ago, Conor McGregor entered the ring for his boxing debut in what was dubbed the biggest fight in combat sports history against the legendary Floyd Mayweather, widely regarded as one of the greatest of all time. Fast forward to today, after a lengthy hiatus from both boxing and the UFC, the notorious fighter is reportedly gearing up for a return to the boxing scene, with rumors swirling about a potential matchup against a controversial British opponent. The Mayweather-McGregor showdown is destined to be remembered as one of the most eagerly awaited and expertly marketed events in history. It achieved remarkable success, racking up 4.3 million pay-per-view purchases, making it the second highest of all time, surpassed only by the legendary Mayweather-Pacquiao fight. The bout, however, proved to be somewhat uneventful, as Mayweather showcased his dominance throughout, delivering a masterclass in boxing before ultimately stopping the Irishman in the 10th round. By that stage, any fleeting moments of brilliance from the debutant during the initial exchanges had long been overshadowed. Since his defeat in 2017, McGregor has not stepped back into the boxing ring and has only fought 4 more times in the octagon, enduring stoppage losses in 3 of those matches. However, the prospect of returning to the Queensberry rules has consistently lingered for many prominent figures in combat sports history. Recently, Terence Crawford and Jake Paul have emerged as the latest contenders, sparking discussions about a potential comeback.